Chile. So this woman posted this picture talking about me fighting for my life when people say that I'm not black. Now looking at this woman, she's clearly not black. Like, girl, pick your battles because there's no point in that one, okay? But then I look at the caption and she says, I'm black, white, and Native American, period, or whatever, right? And I'm lost, okay? If you're mixed with all of those things, why are you only calling yourself black? So this woman posted this picture talking about me fighting for my life when people say that I'm not black. Now, I'm sure we can all look at this woman and tell that she's not black, all right? Like, we all know what black people look like. We know that this is not what black people look like, right? But then you look at her caption, she says, I'm black, Native American, and white. End of discussion. Okay, so not black, like we said. Now, where I'm confused at is why, if you're mixed with all of these things, did you only call yourself black? Why didn't you say me when people say that I'm not white, or me when people say that I'm not Native American? You didn't say none of that, right? No, you only said me when people say that I'm not black. I think that is a sign of something. Now, this woman could have at least made this post and said, me when people say I'm not mixed with black, or me when people say I don't have some black in me. But no, she said, oh, me fighting for my life when people say that I'm not black. Even though she's clearly not black. Now, I'm not aware of what her percentages are, okay? Like, I don't know, because she said she mixed with white, Native American, and black, right? But I can tell you right now, with 100% confidence, this is a one-dropper, okay? She's not even half black. I'm looking at her, and I can say that with confidence. This woman is not even 50% black. Y'all gonna be like, Flower Tower, how you know? Because I have eyes, and I know how black people look. Like, I don't know why y'all be acting so slow concerning how black people look and being able to tell if somebody's black or mixed with black or whatever. Like, it's weird because black is the only group y'all do this with. Japanese people don't do this. They can look at somebody and say, oh, that person is Japanese. If they see somebody who is half Japanese and half black, they're going to say, oh, clearly that's not a Japanese person. Like, clearly, right? But for some reason, y'all pretend that anything is black and you can't tell if somebody is black or not and all this other dumb stuff. I don't get what that is about, but whatever, right? Despite the fact that this woman is mixed with white, Native American, and black, she walk around calling herself black. Now, this is my thing. This is a very recent phenomenon, okay? This just started happening the past few years, because when I was growing up, mind you, I ain't like, old as dirt or nothing. I'm 28 years old, right? When I was growing up, mixed people didn't call themselves black. If you called them black, they would correct you and say, oh, I'm not black, I'm mixed. Quite literally, this happened to me in high school one time. Me and this girl were having a conversation, and I said something, because I was already on my pro-black revolutionary stuff. Mind y'all, I got all into Malcolm X when I was 12. So by the time high school came along, I was already deeply into all of this, right? And we were having some conversation about something. And I said, yeah, us black girls, something. And she said, oh, I'm not black, I'm mixed. I said, oh, okay. All right, sure, right? But then the wild thing is that fast forward a couple years, okay? Because that was what, like 10th or 11th grade, right? Fast forward a couple years to when we graduated from college. So we were 22 or 23 years old, right? Would you believe this same girl posted her graduation pictures and made the hashtag Black Girl Magic? And I commented, I was like, I thought you wasn't black, you was mixed. Like, shouldn't the hashtag be Mixed Girl Magic? Like, what's going on here, right? And she replied to be like, oh yeah, like I had to learn to feel more comfortable in my blackness, so and so and so, yada, yada, yada. And I was just like, okay, whatever, because girl, who finna fucking argue with you? But I am confused because actual black people don't get to pick and choose when we are black, okay? Like I didn't grow up being like, oh, I'm not black, I'm so and so and so, and then have to discover my blackness or get more in tune with it. Like, what? I was just black. I'm just black, right? Like I don't get to not be black until I'm comfortable with it. No, I'm just black. So the fact that y'all were not black for so very long, right? And now that, things like Black Girl Magic and Melanin Magic and Black Boy Joy are becoming big, and, black people are, we revitalizing the pro-blackness and stuff. Now suddenly y'all think it's cool and it's trendy and y'all want in on it. And that's why I'm lost. I said all that to say, this woman who made this post talking about, me when people refuse to believe I'm black or whatever she said, right? Do y'all think that she would have been claiming to be black 15, 20 years ago? Really? Because I don't think so. Because this is the reality. This is the reality. Some of y'all may act dumb, but we all know who is black and who is not, right? White people came up with this stupid one drop rule because biracial people were like, hey, we should not be enslaved because we're not black, right? And white people say, oh, well, if you have one drop of black, you're black. You're not good enough to be white, so you got to be black, right? White people came up with this dumbass rule, but nobody, white people, black people, or biracial people, nobody has ever actually thought that these people were black. Like nobody, okay? Now, let me be clear. Let me be fair. Wait, because I'm talking about biracial people right now. That woman who posted this post, she not even biracial. When I say biracial, I mean somebody who's 50% black and 50% something else, like a good even split, right? But, I guess some people just say it in the sense of just two races at any percentage, right? Because you'll have folks claiming that African Americans are biracial because we 10% white from rape during slavery. So whatever, right? So I'm talking about actual biracials, not this woman in this video who made this post, because she wouldn't even be a biracial by my definition, right? But anyway, right? Even though white people put forth this dumbass rule, nobody actually believes this. Like, nobody has ever actually went by this. In fact, that's why you'll come across some families in the United States, right, who are multi-generationally mixed, because these people were well aware that they were mixed, not black, and the privileges that this afforded them. So they wanted to continue to have these privileges throughout generations, because again, nobody is actually thinking that mixed people are black. Nobody's actually this damn dumb. If we was all black and all that good stuff, if biracials were also black and yada yada yada, then we would have equal footing in this system of white supremacy. But have you noticed that after white people push biracials into the black community, the biracials become the upper class of the black community? And, there's a movie on Netflix that I encourage you all to watch that really depicts this, right? It's called The Chevalier. It's about the black Mozart, but he's not black. He's biracial, okay? So I would be calling him the biracial Mozart, right? So he was born to an enslaved African mother, I believe, and a white enslaver man, right? And his white father sent him to school in France or something, right? He sent him to go to school in France. First of all, already, wasn't no black folks getting shipped to France to go to school, all right? But whatever. So once this guy gets there, he grows up, all this good stuff. He is given this fancy title, the Chevalier. Mind you, black people cannot have this title, okay? Black people cannot have the title of the Chevalier. I'm not just making that up. That was disclosed in the movie, okay? So, I mean, if biracials are black, then how did this man get the title of Chevalier? Like, somebody make it make sense for me. Anyway, fast forward, this biracial man, he refuses to hang around the black people, okay? Because there's an area of the city that's broke down, busted, and disgusted. That's where all the black people be at, right? And the Chevalier is like, absolutely not. I'm going to be hanging with the white folks. Like, what do you mean, right? And so he did. But then he gets caught up because he likes this white lady, and they're like, oh, you can't marry no white lady. Absolutely not. But you kind of in a pickle, because if you marry a black woman, then we're taking that title Chevalier away, because we're not letting that title go to black people, right? And now this brings up my point, the idea of someone multi-generationally mixed, right? Now, this did not happen in the movie. No, right? In the movie, he was like, oh, let me go hang with the black folks and embrace who I am. The age-old biracial trope. I discovered my blackness. Meanwhile, the black folks was in the slums the whole time while you was gallivanting with white people because you're not black. But whatever, right? Whatever. In real life, realistically, what happened was that biracial people would get with other biracial people so that they could keep these fancy titles and their, proximity to whiteness and all of that and yada, 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 and so and so and so. And meanwhile, the black folks stayed in the slums with absolutely nothing. But we all black though, right? Anyway, back to my point. This woman who made this post talking about me when people refuse to believe I'm black. Bitch, you're not black. That's like you saying me when people refuse to believe the earth is flat. Bitch, the earth is not flat. So yeah, we don't believe that shit. Like, what do you mean, right? But, Notice again that she said that she is mixed with black, white, and Native American. Yet black is the only one she said, oh, I am this, right? She would not sit there and say, I am Native American. No, she would not sit there. Oh, she damn sure wouldn't sit there and say, I am white, right? No, hell no. But she said, I am black. Even though she's probably less black than she is white or Native American, she still sat there and said, oh, I am a black woman, right? Now, this gets me back to something that I said about white people in this one drop rule. Quite literally, the one drop rule is an example of hypodescent, right? And let me tell you what that means. Basically, and let's put it in white people terms. Imagine you were in like old England or something, right? And say a nobleman went to a brothel and, had sex with a prostitute, and the prostitute got pregnant, right? Well, of course, when she has this baby, she's going to say to the nobleman, hey, my baby should be royalty. You're the baby's dad and you're royalty, so my baby should be royalty, right? But this concept of hypodescent means that the baby takes on the identity of the lower ranked parents, right? So since the baby has a royal parent and a poor parent, the baby is going to be poor because that is the rank of the lower parent, right? And that ensures that, these poor people are not able to climb the ladder, right? Now, let's look at what this means in the sense of America and the biracials, right? The one drop rule is, again, an example of hypodescent. White people literally said, you're not good enough to be white, therefore you will be black, because that is lower than us. One drop of black makes you black. Blackness is so nasty and polluting that a drop of it will make you it. Quite literally. White people quite literally said, oh, yeah, if you have a noble parent and a pauper parent, you're going to be a pauper. That's exactly what the one drop rule says. If you have a white parent and a black parent, you're going to be black. It was never intended to be a compliment to you niggas. But in 2025, y'all are walking around talking about, oh yeah, black to be the dominant gene, so the biracial be black. Y'all have tried to spin this into something positive, but it's not hitting the way that you think that it's hitting. And it's, it's crazy because I have to take a moment to do some self-reflection because we did the exact same thing with the N-word, right? The N-word is a negative word and we are trying to spin it into something positive. And realistically, I guess I have to confront the fact that no matter what, it's never going to be positive, right? Because the same thing is true of this fucking one drop rule. Y'all are sitting here really trying to spin this into a good thing. Oh yeah, the black gene, but dominant, the black gene. Nigga, are you dumb? And there I go saying the N-word again. But y'all get my point. And y'all can sit here and act like y'all don't see this and that this is not the case. But realistically, right? Let's take an example of somebody who is half black and half something else. Let's not even take this woman who is a one dropper, right? Let's take somebody who is half black and say half white. White people will never claim that person is white, but black people will sure claim that they're black, right? Let's take the example of somebody half Japanese and half black. Japanese people are never going to claim that person is Japanese, but black people will sure claim that person is black. And we have to acknowledge why that is the case, right? Because those people are looking down on blackness and black people are looking up at them. Those people view blackness as something negative. So they would never claim somebody who is half black as being them, right? But you all worship non-blackness. So you are happy to claim people who are half whatever as black because that is what you wish blackness was. So realistically, I already know y'all finna be up in her comments like, oh yeah, that's a black queen. I love that. Because again, that is what you wish blackness was.